And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the fury.
Boom, and just like that, we're live. Welcome to the Fury Unleashed podcast. Alongside Diego Reyes, Eric Garcia, Rich Burmaster, out due to personal reasons, family reasons. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Rich, get well soon. Get that shot. Get the itch cleared up.
He got caught up at the massage ball last night, guys.
Diego,
Diego,
you go bail him out from there, dude.
Yeah.
So what? He got busted or what, man?
He got busted out there.
Damn.
Were you with him?
No. I was in the van.
Harris County inmate's gonna be finding out why they call him
Diego.
Richie Smooth Nuts.
Diego went out the back door and jumped in the van as the team was coming in.
He
the
left
front
Rich
door.
behind. Oh,
Left Rich in there.
You're never supposed to leave a man behind. Damn it, Diego.
That's all right. I'm working with a bondsman right now to go get him
All
out.
right, kick ass. We'll see you soon, Rich Burmaster. See you on the other side. Think he's gonna get a tattoo while he's in there?
Hey, what y'all think of these?
Dude, those are dope, man. Is that like the new H-Town Texans colors?
I think these have been out for a little while. Picked these up yesterday from my boys over at Space City Collective.
Space City Collective holding
I mean,
it
I
down.
can't say enough good things about these guys, man.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Super dope.
they've been on board for what, maybe 2 or 3 years already.
Oh man, longer than that. It feels like
it feels like the
Yeah.
time has flown, but
like at least 4.
I guess
feel like it's at least 4 years.
If a sponsor, it has to work two ways. You know, we can't just be give and that's it.
Right.
And these guys have expressed so much that they've had so much growth because of Fury.
Yeah, you can see it, man.
I
Like
love
their
it.
social media influence has grown quite a bit, man. You got like UFC fighters going out there to visit them. Dennis Rodman went out there to visit
Order
them.
and they place orders and get the stuff shipped directly to them.
Yeah, so you don't have to like walk in and buy whatever they have on the shelf. They can get whatever
Get
you're
whatever
looking
you
for,
want.
man. Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
like,
connections.
They had these in there, and I was like, man, I gotta cop these. So I'm gonna be rocking these pretty soon. But they expressed that they're opening up a second location in Pearland.
Nice, man. I know they moved to a bigger location not too long ago. Now they're
They've
expanding.
got tons of inventory,
Kick ass,
tons
man.
of stuff. So
Yep.
That's awesome, man. I love to see everybody
Space
succeed.
City Collective, guys, follow them on IG. If you're in Houston, stop into their store. They've got something for everybody.
Easy location right off of 45
Right
in
off
Alameda.
of 45. It's like I'm talking. Location is about it. It's all about location.
I would like that very much. I would love for that to happen.
So we've been away, or we've had a couple weekends off, right?
Oh yeah, man. We had from our last podcast. Yeah, man. I think the last fight we covered was the Aswell card.
Yes.
And we've had a couple
But,
weekends of events off.
Yep.
Our last,
we ended up with a little break.
Yeah.
last Fury was 421. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we backdoored it with 428 Submission Hunter Pro.
Submission Hunter Pro, the 8-man, $5,000 tournament. How about Oliver Taza?
It was pretty good,
Dude,
man.
what a fucking stud,
Was that like an upset,
man.
huh?
No,
I don't know what I
think he
call
was-
it an upset, man. He went in and dominated.
Well,
man. I mean,
the kid that he met in the finals, Gavin Korb, apparently had, if I'm saying this correctly, beat him at ADCC trials in Vegas.
oh wow. So,
and
it's
so Gavin
a
was-
rematch of sorts.
Yeah, and Gavin has an older brother named DeAndre. I think he's the older brother that won first place. Gavin got second, and Taza got third. I think that's how it went.
Dude, so Taza had a chip on his shoulder. He wasn't leaving without
So
that
he
5K.
came in there. Not only that, he had 3 submissions, so picked up an extra $1,500. Left with
Badass, man.
$6,500, man.
Boom. Yeah, you were talking about that before the event. You were telling me, hey, these guys, if they get a submission, they get an additional 500. So
$500.
in theory, they could leave with, 6,500. And
He
Oliver Taza
capitalized.
did exactly that. He left with all the money Eric put on the table for him.
And a belt.
Bam.
And he was loving that belt. He's been toting that
And
thing
an
around.
official announcement, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and an
dude.
official announcement. So we're going to see Taza next week at
Yeah.
the Fight Pass Invitational.
FPI 7, Oliver Taza goes
Yeah,
from
I'm not
submission hunter stage to the grand stage, man. UFC Fight Pass.
That's gonna be huge for him, man, and that's a testimony to guys that are competing on these Submission Hunter Pro cards. If you do well and you get noticed, hey, you get a spot over there, man. You make bigger money. All expenses paid, cover your hotel, flights, sub bonuses. It's a great event to be on, be a part of. Speaking of that event, Christian Guzman is the co-main event for Fight Pass Invitational.
Dude,
next
yeah,
week.
hey, he was on the card too.
He was on the card too with Zach Henson. He picked up a win by judge's decision, but
Yeah, I'd have to go dive back in to find that. That was a lot of matches ago.
A hell of an opportunity for Guzman to be out there in on FPI 7. So we've got Taza and Christian Guzman headed to Vegas
Christian
next week.
Guzman. There's another Space City Collective plug for you.
There you go.
The CEO.
Chino, Space City Chino.
Yeah, there you go. That guy too. Dude, you know who I was impressed with? I mean, speaking of Oliver Taza, his first round opponent,
Jeremy
Owens, man.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
hung and
man.
held his own. He's put on some muscle mass, dude. He's
has.
stronger. He's as quick as he's ever been. Dude, I was super impressed. He didn't get the win in that first round, but dude, he looks super impressive. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
That
dude.
first like 30 seconds, he went all out.
Yes.
I mean, that kid's has that mentality that training is life. You
Yeah,
know?
he does.
And that's why you see him getting so good. You know, he's at the right age and he's very limber, and it's not like us old guys
Damn,
like me.
I am not limber at all.
I remember those days, you know, when I started training and I used to be in there 2 sessions a day every day.
2?
Yeah. I was 26, 27 years old, though.
Yeah, what else are you going to do with all that testosterone? Have babies?
Yeah,
I was
Oh,
you did
26.
that
Where
too.
was I?
You can
Well, I was in
only do-
Iraq.
You can only
That's what I
try
was
and
doing.
make babies so much, you know, before the wife gets tired.
Yep.
All right, let me go choke
I
some
know.
dudes, I guess.
Then you ask for a hall pass, you get slapped.
Oh, you're not even slapped, choked.
You get choked.
Ooh, damn.
Not even that. A
Gotta
bop
be-
behind the head.
You got to take it all out on the mats or go get a
Yeah,
massage.
or get the massage.
Go get the
Shit.
massage.
Sounds rough.
It is what it is. But the dude did great, man. I mean, Jeremy had a great showing. He threw up that armbar super slick. And for a second there, I think Taza was worried. And he even mentioned it
he
afterwards.
mentioned that in his post-fight interview, man. Yeah, shout out Jeremy Owens.
Yeah, so we have a couple more Submission Hunter events coming up. We'll talk about those soon. June 23rd, we're in Dallas. Headed over to Dallas, Texas.
Headed back to D-Town, man. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, I give the city of Dallas a hard time just because I'm a native Houstonian, but dude, I love that Dallas crowd up there, man. You know, they show up, they show out, and the cars that you guys put on, I mean, how could they
For
not?
Fury, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been, what, 2 years since we've been out there with Submission Hunter?
Yes.
Duncanville?
I was about to say, I don't know if we've ever been to Dallas.
We're actually going to Arlington.
That's still closer
right.
to Dallas, I think.
Okay.
We were supposed to be out in Plano. I had found a cool venue in Plano. Kind of reminded me of the Humble Civic Center. And they were supposed to get back to us. I actually put a deposit that I don't know if I'm going to get back. But they were supposed to get back to us on setup days and stuff. And they got back to me last week and were saying, hey, you're not going to be able to set up the day before. And because that's the type of venue where the setup's very extensive, the soonest they could get us in would be on event day at 7 a.m.
That's a problem.
when we start the show at 1:30.
Yeah. So you have
it's
what?
not gonna work.
You have about 4 hours to set it up.
Dude, and you're talking about it.
No.
Just think of the Humble Civic Center. You got to build the trust, build the LED, do all the shit. So
all of that. Yeah.
I hooked up with a buddy of mine named Abel, and he's got some friends that own this new sports bar called Knockout Sports Bar. And we went in there, man, and he was like, dude, this is set up for events. So you walk into the place, and as soon as I walked in, there's a boxing ring right in the middle of the venue. And you look up, and there's already truss hung, 3 LED walls.
So half the work is done.
All we got to do is drop the stage.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, it's a little bit smaller place. I think it's going to hold about 800 people. But, hey, we're going to try it, man. We're going to make it work. And
Standing room
got
only.
a production
Submission
room for
Hunter Pro.
Diego to go in there. Diego's
Wow. Hey.
Texas Gulf Coast Sports TV is going to
No,
handle that
no,
production.
it's all Fury.
Hey,
I just
hey.
need my email.
No,
Oh, you
no,
know
no
what?
extracurricular
Fury
activities
FC
in there. Don't be bringing
TV.
any special guests because you have your own private room now, Diego.
All right.
All right, Diego, you're quitting all
It's a-
your
it's
other
a different
jobs.
kind of private
I'm
room.
getting you an email right this
I
second.
know. That's what Texas Gulf Coast is just, you know.
Well, then you need to get rid of that IG.
Okay, done.
Get rid of that IG today,
Okay,
and you'll have an email by the end of by
Okay.
Monday.
done.
There you go. All right, I'm putting a reminder right
All
now.
right.
So Diego's not going to be on Instagram anymore?
No, he
No.
needs to have his own Diego page.
Diego Reyes.
And then underneath for the title, it needs to say Fury Production Lead.
Ooh.
Boom. Why have you not done this already, man?
What are you waiting for,
Golly,
Diego? What I got
man.
to tell you how to live your life?
Take off the training wheels, Diego. Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Ride,
Let's
Diego.
Do
Ride.
do we need to go have margaritas at Papacitos?
No, I gotta. No.
You have to work today?
Hey, I mean, we could. Why not? We go to Poncho's.
Ponchos,
You can't,
Papacitos.
you can't go to Papacitos. You want to go to Poncho's? They got the food right there waiting for you. Raise the flag.
Raise the flag. I like that,
Shout
man.
out. Hey, well, we got a Fury FC 90, 90th edition coming up this weekend.
You know, I was looking at the prelims. That could be a great main card. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, could
Back-
I think it looks like you guys are kind of snake bit with this one, man. A lot of injuries, pullouts, that kind of thing.
You know how upsetting that is?
It's the fight game,
How
but
stressful that is for me, man. Like,
it's
That's-
either one extreme or another. You,
But
you
that-
guys start off with, say 25 fights, and sometimes
Right.
we end up with north of 20,
Right.
and we got to find a way to get all those
Yes.
fights on. And then sometimes we end up in this kind of a scenario where you have less fights, but goddamn, look at the quality of fights. You got Echeverry versus Reeder, Sainz versus Kara in the main event, Todrang versus Diggs, and on and on and on. We'll dive in, but I mean, you could talk to the promoter side of things where injuries happen, pullouts happen, but you have to
nightmare.
pivot and you have to make it better than it was.
well, that's why you have to have the card stacked enough to where the main card is still quality. Like, if all you have is a main and a co-main, and then the other 3 or 4 fights on the main card are shit, you're fucked if you lose them both. And it's very rare that you lose the main and the original main and co-main.
Yeah.
And we lost them both in the same week. So, I mean,
Damn.
people can say, oh, he's scared, the guy's a pussy, whatever. And that's normally what the opponent says.
Yeah.
You know, not really knowing what happened. But, I mean, Tedrick Macklin was the main event.
Injuries happen.
And
I
he
think
had
I
an
saw
injury.
I saw Tedrick made a post about
yeah,
that.
he sent me his doctor's notes and whatever.
You talk about owning it. I mean, he went on and was very vulnerable, talked about the injury in depth online and all
Right.
that. Get well soon, Tedrick Macklin.
Yeah, so we had Tedrick and Devin Dixon, which was a fight that
Golly, I was looking forward to seeing that.
could have catapulted one or
Yeah.
the other to Contender Series. Mm-hmm. The fight's been rebooked for July 12th, San Antonio. So that's another banger added to the Techport card
Kick ass.
in a badass arena.
Yeah.
You know?
What a great place for that fight to happen.
Yeah. And then in the co-main event, we had Justin Longoria and
What?
Alden Correa.
Oh, yeah.
And I
man.
really, really wanted to see that fight happen.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
And I'm sure you can make that one happen down the road too.
Yeah.
But,
talking to Justin's coaches and his uncle and stuff, his grandma passed away, and then he had the flu like for a week or something, and mentally and between
Yeah.
that and being sick, he just couldn't
yeah,
recover.
he's
you know?
not there mentally.
Yeah, so they want to keep him out until August. So I did rebook Alden though for June 16th.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight
I'm
Cleveland
excited
McLean.
about him. Yeah.
Ooh, hey, Cleveland McLean.
So I'm trying
Back in
to. Is that a
action.
tougher fight than the Justin Longoria fight?
I mean,
Experience wise, it is.
yeah,
Cleveland's been in there with Jacob Silva, Josh Van. I mean,
exactly. He's one of those opponents, man. He's a veteran. He's been around for a while. I mean, is it tougher? Yeah, on paper, but I mean, that's Justin Longoria was going to be a good challenge for him.
I think it was a really good test for Justin more than it was for Alden. But
Yeah, for sure.
But Justin beating somebody like Alden,
Catapult.
oh, serious catapult, man. He'd be 5-0.
Yeah.
When
You know,
is-
I look forward to seeing Cleveland McLean get back in there, man. That's he's one of those dogs that I like to watch fight, man. He's not going to have a boring fight.
And he expressed his interest in coming back for another 4-fight deal. He fought his 4 fights out with us, and he messaged me yesterday, and he's like, man, I'm coming back as long as you can keep me busy. I said, let's go. Keep you busy. We got a bunch of flyweights
Oh,
So
Yeah, you got
when
a
is
roster full.
Contender Series picking starts?
already.
It's already.
The first 5 weeks, they say, are booked already.
Yeah, it's been underway.
Yeah, the first 5 weeks are booked. So these guys need to get going. Like, you still have a chance if you're fighting 5'12" and 6'9" and 6'16", you probably have a chance to get on like the last 4
the late
weeks
card.
of Contender Series.
If your goal is to make Contender Series and you're waiting until the show starts, they're not casting the week before. If that's your goal, you got to be active early in the year.
So what's the magic number for Fury to send out as far as
How many?
Yes.
Man, like honestly, when I first went into the beginning of this year, without these injuries, like what just happened with Macklin and Longoria, I wanted 20. I was thinking
Wow,
20,
that would have
but
been me. That would have been
now I'm thinking half of that. I'm thinking 10.
still a statement, though.
I'm thinking 10
as far
guys.
as Fury.
Hey, listen, 10 guys, if we had one a week, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
I know we've got the talent. I know Cody Steele's going for sure. I know Jacoby Smith is in, and I know Michael Aswell is in. You know, so
Yeah, we'll never see them fight in a Fury cage again.
because I know those dudes,
Maybe on the retirement side.
you know those guys are going to go out
10
there
years from now,
and they're
10
going to put
years.
on.
the
They're going
next
to do
up and
their
comer,
job.
and we're trying to bring in.
They'll be like,
Trying to bring in Cody Steele on a retirement tour. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, Cody Steele's going to go out there and
I don't see that happening. But
he's going to be a star, man.
yes, he is, man.
All
Speaking
three of them are.
It'll be
All
all
three
of them
are.
at guest appearance at Fury.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of people who are going to be a star, man, Olivia Beerley making her pro debut.
How hard? Hell,
You've
was
gone
that?
through a lot of people trying to find an opponent for her. Tell us about Stewart.
So she took the fight at 140, and there was no hesitation besides the weight. You know, Olivia
So
fights
Stewart,
at 35.
Stewart usually fights at 145, I think, right?
Right, she's coming down.
And Beerley's a 135er, so they're meeting in the middle at 140. A lot of people are looking forward to that debut, and I guess she's doing it here in H-Town.
I've been in contact with her the whole camp, pretty much. Talked to her a couple times a week. She seems super excited. She can't wait to be here. She's very grateful for the opportunity to fight for Fury. So I think it's going to be a great fight. And Stewart, you know, she's going to go out there, she says, and upset. So see what happens. But Olivia's been ready to make that pro jump since
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm trying to keep them lined up for her. And we got to build a division. So she's already set for July 12th in San Antonio in her hometown. As long as she gets through this fight healthy, win or lose, as long as she's healthy, she'll fight again in San Antonio.
As long as you can find an opponent for her.
I got her booked. I got an opponent.
Yeah, okay. You had a lot of opponents for her. We'll see what happens with
Well,
this fight.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
right?
And if something happens and Maya's healthy and Olivia's not, then maybe Maya
Hey,
take that
maybe
spot.
she could
'Cause
jump in
I
there,
want
right?
to keep those girls busy at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Wanna keep them
it's
busy.
harder to keep them busy because there's, I guess, less of a pool to choose from for these fighters. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that division is hard. You know, I even talked to Mick, and he says that the female bantamweights are just very slim.
Yeah.
You know, and if he's saying that for girls in the
International,
UFC,
like,
yeah.
freaking Antoinette, you know.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, imagine how much hell I have trying to get that shit booked, man.
Yeah, I could only imagine the headaches.
Hector Sainz moved into that main event spot.
Yeah, man, I'm looking
excited,
forward to that
man.
one, dude.
I like-
Man, Shakira he kind of popped up out of nowhere, and he's established himself as like a legitimate contender.
He's 6-0. He's done bare knuckle boxing. He's fought for APFC. He's fought for CFFC, and this is his third appearance with us.
Is he on a 3 or 4 fight deal?
He's on a 4-fight deal.
All right, so we may see him one more time after this one if he doesn't get called up, I guess.
I think he needs to do something exciting.
Yeah.
If he wants to call up, he's got to do something exciting.
And man, if he's going to do something exciting, he's got his work cut out for him because, dude, Hector Sainz
I'm
is
telling you.
that dude, man. Savage. This fight's going to be a war. And, dude, what a fitting main event.
Hector looked like a totally different guy when he fought Tracy Reeder last. The way he came out, I expected Tracy to just get a hold of him and
Yeah.
hold him down for 3 rounds,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
Something like that.
I didn't know if it was the greatest matchup for Hector. He wanted it. Tracy Reeder is a big, strong guy. And I expected him to hold Hector down for 3 rounds. And it didn't happen. And Hector beat the shit out of him, like, for the better half of the fight.
A very decisive win for Hector Sainz.
Tracy left looking like he was in a fight.
Yes.
And Hector walked out of there looking like he...
Like, look,
Ready
he was
for a
ready for
photo
the next
shoot.
one. Hey, I didn't take any damage. I'm ready next month. Let's go.
So if you look at it on paper, Manshur is kind of similar to Tracy in the wrestling and grappling part of it. So if Hector has the same game plan that he had and he's ready for that, it could be the same type of fight that it was with Tracy Reeder. Speaking of Reeder, co-main event.
Yeah, man.
He's
taking
back.
on Nico Echeverry, former lightweight champ.
My neck of
Fury
the woods.
mainstay.
Another fighter that has to do something exciting.
Yeah.
Is Nico.
Yeah.
Like, he can't come in here and lay and pray. He can't do what he did to Macklin.
No.
He's got to fight an exciting fight. We need to see the old Nico back that beat Aaron Reeves, Derek Adjade, the head kick knockouts to rear naked choke type Nico.
Yeah.
And if you ask Drew, he says that's what we're going to see.
I hope he's right because this is kind of, I don't want to say it's do or die for him, but I mean,
I mean, Nico's been around a long time.
He's been around for a while, man. He's one of those
But
guys
he still has
that,
the look. He still have the, you know.
I think his age is starting to catch up.
yeah, man. Like, you know, Dana doesn't. He's not looking for guys north of 30. You know?
I remember
he's
from,
around that mark. So I mean,
think Nico has a better opportunity of doing something fantastic and maybe getting a PFL look next time PFL's in San Antonio, and go out there and make him good money. I mean, that happened with Dimitri Ivey.
yep.
He went out there, beat Lucas Brennan, had a pretty good payday, and here he
I would like a pretty good payday.
Hey, well,
Hey,
no
by the way,
thanks.
payday. I think
Where's
You
Rich?
want to go work for PFL?
no. Fury for life. Look, you want to see my tattoo?
Hey, they're doing buy one get one free tickets or something. What did Dana say?
Dana said buy two get two.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a bad week for business, guys.
Yeah. Dana don't give a damn.
Hey, yeah.
Buy two get two.
Hey, you know, however they're running their business.
Fury
to
for
pay
life,
what they
right
pay,
here.
That's great.
Hashtag. Mira,
I wish
hashtag.
nothing but the best to anybody trying to get paid.
Hey, listen, if PFL can do buy two, get two, and still pay their guys what they pay them, fucking hats off to them, bro.
Right. You
Listen,
know.
if I had that type of money
Funding,
that they
yeah.
have, I'll give the whole, hey, free venue, come watch fights.
Just get a new credit card, Derek. I mean, I'll get like credit cards
Watch
and
fights.
max them out.
Hey, what we got over here, Diego?
What?
A little Live Oak vodka and
Hey,
Tea and
shout out to
lemonade.
Live Oak because I'm feeling nice.
Yeah. Hey,
40%
shout out Live
alcohol.
Oak, Texas vodka.
shout out.
Anytime
right
we talk
here.
about vodka, I always say, you know,
I'm a
hey,
I'm a vodka guy,
I'm
and
not
I
really
love-
a
I
vodka
love
guy.
this.
I don't drink vodka. You know,
I do.
blah blah whatever. Yeah, hey, I'm converted, man. I'm, you know, the last few podcasts and
Bottled in
you know, on the
Texas.
weekends, I've been sipping on the Live Oak.
Where
man.
we
It's good
stand
stuff.
tall.
It's so smooth. It's a great buzz.
It is.
And
it is
you know,
smooth.
no hangover. You're not.
No.
they're making their shit with quality ingredients. You can tell that.
Is this gonna bust open?
It may. It may want to
Hey,
turn that
do
way.
the ta-ta-ta-ta.
Oh, it's coming up. See that?
Uh-oh.
I have to wait a little bit on that
No,
topo.
what you gotta do is this.
See,
Look,
Diego knows about. Never mind.
Diego knows about busting open.
Diego knows about
Hey, I know. I
premature
know.
explosions.
Yeah, no. I know
So he's-
delay. I know how to control.
This is what he does when he's getting his massage.
This is Kegel. Look, this is Kegel exercises. Right.
Tap the tip. You tap the tip,
right
kids.
there. Mira. Shh, 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 shh.
Oh, golly.
Watch.
Coastal
Nah.
Bend Distilling Company.
Watch. Mira.
Deep roots, strong branches, Live Oak, Texas vodka.
it'll
It
be all
pairs
right
with
now.
just about anything.
Coastal-
Diego's drinking it
know
with
what,
tea.
man.
I've got some
See?
Sprite in here. Eric's going with the
Kegel
Topo
exercises
Chico.
work.
Hey, Topo Chico.
Hey, yo, Chico. Get your Live
Mira, Chico.
Oak vodka.
Hey, that's a Puerto Rican thing. Chico.
Yeah.
How you doing, Chico?
I was doing my Razor Ramon, the best Razor Ramon that I could. So that's.
I was watching a documentary of the fake Razor Ramon that came out. You know?
Oh, yeah?
What is the fake Razor Ramon?
There was one, but I don't know. They did a documentary about it.
Yeah. They
Who is
talked
the fake
about it.
Razor
No,
Ramon?
I don't know his name. It was fake.
Rick
Was it
Wagner.
Wayne?
Yeah.
It was me. I put the little Elvis strand of hair down my face.
Wayne's got the good voice.
Yo, Chico.
See that?
Yeah.
Say hello to the bad guy.
See this shit?
Hey, the Boricua.
So, you watched a documentary on the fake Razor? Rick Bachner?
No. It talked about how. No,
It was
I
five
don't know
minutes.
if I would've watched it. It was
Yeah,
like
what
about
did they
3.5.
have to
It was a
say?
TikTok documentary.
Hey, rest in peace, R.I.P. He passed away a few years back,
Really?
dude. All right, hey, let's get back to the undercard real
All right,
quick, and
my
then we
bad,
talk about
my
whatever
bad.
you want. Nah, man, that's what we do. You got Damien Aronde.
That one stands out. That one stands out the most.
Oh,
Hey, we didn't talk about Cutthroat.
Okay, we can go to that one too, man. We got a bunch of fights to talk about. Cutthroat, Kyle Todrank taking on Diggs. Tell me about Diggs.
2-0 versus 2-0.
Boom.
So Diggs' last fight was against Tony Toro,
All right.
and they threw down, and Diggs came out on top. Like,
And
Diggs is
Tony
tough,
Toro's
man.
that guy too, man. He's got that dog in him. So, shit, it's going to be a good matchup for Kyle Todrank. Cutthroat, Kyle. After this, I think we make Cutthroat versus Cutthroat.
well,
They're both
Kyle's either going to
145ers.
be 2-1 or 3-0. So, and if you ask Kyle, he's going to be 3-0.
Oh, of course.
He even did a interview already, I think, with TJ DeSantis yesterday, talking about how he studied this guy's fights for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And TJ was like, "The guy only has 2 fights. How'd you study it for 3 hours?" Like, he does his homework, man.
Hey, look,
He does his
TJ
homework.
DeSantis is my boy. I love TJ. But that's why Cutthroat Kyle is a fighter. And that's why TJ's a broadcaster. Because Cutthroat Kyle knows it'll take 4 hours watching 2 fights. That's how like meticulous
breaking it
in his.
down.
Yes, he's
So
watching every movement. Things that me or maybe Diego, things that we're not even seeing. Kyle's gonna spot things, flaws in techniques, looking for that opening.
So he's coming up with a serious game plan, and he's gonna get the finish, is what he's saying. But I know Diggs standing across.
Hey, dude,
no easy task.
I was about to say, man, the guy beat Tony Toro. I mean, he's no joke. I'm sure Diggs is doing his homework as well, looking for something to exploit and cutthroat Kyle Toe-Drink's game.
Paul Garza back in action this week. I think the last time we saw Paul is when he was the last fight he had when he knocked out Hogan's nephew.
Ooh.
Was that the last time Garza fought?
I guess.
He's got his hands full with the wrestler. This
Yeah,
week.
I don't know who's fought since then.
He's fought
God, that
Greg-
feels like it's been ages
Yeah, I
ago.
think he's fought after that. Let me see.
I wish Rich was here. He would know when that
5
I know,
and 3.
right?
Hulk Hogan's nephew
No, that
fight
was
happened.
it.
When was that?
August 20th, 2023.
I was gonna say, that feels like it's been like
David
at least a
Bolea.
year ago.
Yeah. So
Golly.
he was supposed to fight Greg Foster on February 4th, and that didn't happen. But now he's fighting Greg this weekend. So let's see. Paul's always exciting, man. Comes from a great gym over there with Bob Perez, Main Street. He's a good kickboxer. He prefers to stand up. So let's see if he can keep this fight standing.
And then rounding out the main card, you got Hernandez versus Lancaster
3-0 versus 3-0 welterweights.
and Gomez versus Romo.
Yeah, 3-0 versus 4-2. Good main card, man. So if you look at that main card, we still have 7 fights, and that's because we
Yeah.
lost 2, the main and co-main, and it's the card sits solid.
And then
as
5
hell.
on the under. Golly.
That's a great lineup. So I always say that I like to have 14, 15 fights, but it does make for a long day for fans and everybody. I mean, especially for us.
Well, mainly us. Okay, a lot of the people that are watching, say, the main card fighters, they're not
They're
getting
not gonna show
there
up
at
till
the
then.
show open.
unless
so
you're a true fan.
exactly, there
you're
are
a true
some of
fan.
those, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a long day for
Me?
them. They're getting what they want, right?
But if you look at the UFC, though, I mean, they'll put 10 fights.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 on the main and 5 on the undercard, and they stretch out the broadcast for 4 hours, 5 hours, throwing
Oh,
ads.
dude,
and
they've got like prelims. They got early prelims. Dude, sometimes they start like way early in the day.
They might have 2 early prelims, and then 4 regular prelims, and then 5 on the main card. 11 fights. And I had told Rich a while back that I wanted to kind of take that format and only do like 10 fights, and I'm still thinking about it. And this is 12. If we can have a 10-fight card and they're all bangers, and this is one of those cards that could be all bangers.
I told you, yeah. That preliminary. Easy
Real
could be a
quick,
main card.
I apologize to all the moms. It is Mother's Day this
Yeah,
weekend.
man, I have that bone to pick with you now. I got to call my mom and be like, "Hey, mom, we're partying Saturday."
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try and take my mom to breakfast Saturday or to lunch on Saturday or breakfast tomorrow or something, to make up for it. Or I'll do it Monday.
I'm trying to think.
Even though I'm gonna see her at the show, she'll be there.
It seemed like we talked about this not too long ago, where we work more Father's Days than not. But you
Well-
usually don't book one on Mother's Day.
Last year we had Burt Ogden Arena on Mother's Day.
Really?
Submission Hunter Pro.
How do I not remember that?
We did. We had Burt Ogden Arena last year. And man, it's just hard, like with our schedule and
My mom's
the
gonna
amount,
disown me, man. 2 years in a row.
the amount of
Hey,
events
kiss your
we
mama,
have to do.
because my mama's not around. So kiss your mamas, all right? So
We don't.
Yeah.
We're white. We don't do it like that, Diego.
And it's a blessing for us.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Hey, I'll be in your boat Father's Day. So hey, man.
They don't care about
Love 'em
Father's
if
They
you
don't
got
care
'em,
about
right?
Father's Day.
Love 'em
Kids
if you
are
got
good.
'em.
Hey.
Yeah, thank God that I got both my parents.
Yeah, please.
I'm happy about that. We get no gifts for Father's Day.
No.
That's
Socks.
what I was
Hey,
gonna.
I've still got like the homemade. Like I get nothing
I
from
like
Ashton,
socks,
which
though.
is fine. I don't need anything. But,
No, I
but,
don't need-
Avea's still young, so I still get like
The
the
homemade
handmade.
card?
Yeah, the
I
handmade.
get that from
I love
Love
daddy.
that.
So dude,
That's
those
so
are the
awesome.
best.
Those are the
man.
best.
I get
As a
that
matter
from my
of fact,
12-year-old.
Yes.
I've got a box from my kids from when they were 2-3 years old.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
I got all the cars like whenever Ashton used to do that. Yeah. Good
And now
stuff.
they don't give
Good
a
times.
shit.
Shout out to all the. Yeah, no.
And now this 18 and 16-year-old, they don't care.
No.
It's like,
Dad, I'm going to eat with my friends.
It's like dating somebody online that isn't interested in you. It's like, hey, I love you. I miss you. It's like, okay.
Yeah. No. It's
kid.
hey, no, thanks.
Or that, yeah. It's like, all right, yeah, sweet.
Yeah, so now it's just the spouses buy each other a gift for Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Right. It isn't. I mean, that's. Look, we make these jokes like at my house. You know, Anita's dad won't get a Mother's Day gift for his wife. Like, well, you're not my mom.
That's what I tried to pull that shit. I tried to pull that shit on Sarah.
It's Mother's Day. I'm getting something from my mom. You know,
Yeah.
it's supposed
But
to.
she gave you
But
her body to make your kids.
You're the
you know?
mother. I see Diego's
That's
making
it.
their point
Yeah,
for
you're
him.
fucking arguing for
Golly,
him,
man.
man.
You're
Now
off the
you're gonna
team,
cost me
dude.
money.
Turn in your card at the door, sir.
Now you're gonna cost me money, Diego.
Man, now we got to get gifts.
My wife is not my mom.
We can't have Diego show us up, man.
Yeah, now I gotta go buy something right when I leave here.
Dude.
No, just hey, thanks.
Yeah, right. Go give him a nice big hug. Give her a nice big
I'll
hug.
be
Hey,
fucking
thanks
sleeping
for
on the couch.
you know,
And what I
popping
try
those
to
kids
do
for me.
is I ask the kids, like, what are y'all going to get mom for Mother's Day? We're going to get her something. And my two oldest have jobs. So EJ's making money, man. I got access to his Wells Fargo account.
Badass.
And that fucking savings account of his is growing.
Badass,
I told you
man.
he had a blowout last week. Huh?
Yeah,
Got a
yeah,
flat.
had a flat, yeah.
So his shit's still sitting on the donut.
Fucking EJ ruined our Cinco de Mayo plans. We're gonna go drink all the margaritas, eat all the tacos.
I
But
had to go save
EJ
him.
had a blowout.
You know, and it still doesn't make sense. Like, he comes out and his fucking tire's flat. And he says he hit a curb, but I see no curb rash or anything. It looks like somebody punctured it with a knife or something. But whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't want to tell Dad the real story. He's being
CSI, I could take pictures.
being
and
chased
get
by the
fingerprints.
mob or
remember,
something.
and I always tell him the story. I remember when I was a little kid, my dad gave me a pocket knife, like a little pocket knife. I think it was my dad that gave me the pocket knife. I was probably 9 years old.
Better hope it wasn't your mom.
No, but
Mijo, I gave you
But
that.
my dad's laying on the couch. I had just bought a brand new football. He's laying on the couch. He's watching TV or taking a nap or some shit. And I got my little pocket knife, and I'm outside tossing the football up, and I want to put my fucking pocket knife to work. You know, stab the fence,
Man.
whatever. This football looks like something I could
cut up
stab.
his damn new football his dad
Bro,
got.
I stabbed it, not thinking it was just gonna. I don't know what
Boom.
I was thinking.
It exploded, didn't
the
it?
shit just deflated.
No.
And I was like, ugh. So I threw the football down. I ran upstairs and put my pocket knife in my room. I put the pocket knife in my room, and then I ran
like
back
OJ.
outside. I ran back outside and throwing up a flat football, and then like I give it about 10 minutes, and I come inside. I'm like, Dad, my football went flat. I don't know what happened.
man.
I threw it against the fence, and it must have hit a nail or something.
We're doing confessions, man.
Bro,
Hey,
he said, "Hey, where's that knife I gave you?" It's upstairs in my room. He checks my pockets.
He pats you down.
Yeah,
Pat you
checks my
down.
pockets.
hey, man.
Go get the knife.
Papa Garcia don't
Bro,
fuck around.
I went
Yeah,
upstairs and got the knife, and he opened it.
He's measuring. Yeah, dude, he's a cop.
He's like, "Did you stab this?" I didn't. I threw it again.
Man.
Okay,
he knew
Dad, I
was
did
lying.
it. I did it. You're grounded.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm kind of thinking, that maybe one of EJ's friends was trying to test his knife out or something on his tire.
Something funny, something
No.
stupid that kids do.
And he didn't think that it was really going to flat the bitch. Well, that's a $320 mistake for that one
Wow.
low profile tire. And he's just like, "Dad, I'll pay for it, no problem." I was like,
Okay.
"Yeah, you will."
Yeah, I saw your bank account. It's connected to my
Yeah.
Wells Fargo, boy.
It's your car, son. This is a hard lesson learned.
Yep. Damn, dude.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But like you said, it's father-son time, you know?
Dude, it's a memory that you're gonna have forever. You're gonna laugh about, dude. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, so.
Hey, I know we were talking about TJ DeSantis earlier. Did you see the interview that he had with Ryan Cuse
Yes.
post Cam Smotherman?
That's really cool that they grab these Fury guys and do those
Yeah.
post-fights and pre-fights. And
I like it. And, you know, the case could be made. You know, Cuse felt like, you know, he won the fight and all that. And then TJ kind of stirred the pot a little bit. You know, do you feel like Cam Smotherman was, you know, the beneficiary of a hometown decision or whatever? And goddamn, one of the hometown judges gave it 3-0 to Cuse, you know.
Yeah.
But then Cuse went all in and kind of accused, you know, without accusing directly, like the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation of fixing fights. Did
Listen,
you see
I
that?
mean,
I saw like a comment saying that. TDLR
I've said it so
cartels.
many times that I have no say
No.
in anything.
Nope.
With the judges, with the referees, the lead inspector from the state that comes. I get along with all of them. Let's just say that. But that's my job. Like,
Yeah.
I have to get along with everybody, man. I'm a professional.
Look, Eric.
You know, so when it comes to that, but don't blame me if your fight doesn't go your way and you lose by decision.
Eric,
It's not the
I think we
promotion's
can
fault.
pull the curtain back. We can let them know what really happened. We can let them know the real story. You know, we had the card in Q1, but whenever I went to make the announcement, in my ear is Brian Duvall. He said, Wayne, don't do it. Give it to Cam. Give it to Cameron Smotherman. So the fix is in. Brian Duvall.
He didn't say that. He said babyface. Give it to the babyface.
Yeah, he did. See, Diego was right there in the
So
truck.
do you realize
he heard it all?
There's somebody out there that's really gonna believe what Wayne just said.
It wasn't Brian Duvall. It was Dana White. Okay,
There's somebody out there. Cameron just needed one more win to get back. That's what happened.
Yeah, and they pulled a fix. Yeah.
But Kuz
No,
is-
hey, it was either that or earlier in the night, TDLR made a scoring error that we had to go back and correct on the undercard. And so our guy, the main inspector there, was very diligent and double-checked every score and took a little bit longer than usual, making sure the scores were accurate. And that might have been why it took a little bit longer.
Speaking of making errors,
Oh, yeah. Hey, shout out to my guy, Bruce Buffer.
it happens, man.
It does. Hey.
It fucking
What?
happens.
What do you do?
Dude, I got messages. Oh, so last week at 302, UFC 302, which we can jump into. Goddamn, Jose Aldo. Bruce Buffer. It was the
Anthony Smith
Yeah,
fight.
the Anthony Smith fight, and Anthony Smith won
By guillotine?
Yeah, by guillotine. You know, tapped him out. It was like first round, under a couple minutes. It was like pretty quick into the fight.
The other guy was undefeated.
Yeah, and Bruce Buffer went in to make the announcement, and he said, "For a winner and still undefeated." And Anthony Smith like looks back. He's like, excuse me, Anthony Smith." So Bruce Buffer was going to announce the wrong winner.
He
kind of
he
stumbled.
even said the guy's name,
He like
didn't he?
started. He said the first name. I can't remember what it was, but he's like, "Oh, excuse me." Whenever Anthony Smith looked back.
I wonder if anybody gave Bruce shit after that.
Oh, I'm sure. There's always going to be. If you went and checked his Twitter, everybody was on his shit. You know,
Talking.
probably calling him, "What an idiot! What a loser! You fucked up!" Da da da. You know, get your shit right. Whatever. But hey, man.
It was an accident.
Whenever
man.
it happened, I laughed
Shit
about it.
happens.
It's like,
Me too.
dude, hey, that is relatable. It happens in the heat of the moment. Who knows? He might not have seen the fight because you go down, and this happens with our show sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm down there, I'm talking to you. Maybe Rich is telling me about something we're about to do, whatever. And boom, the fight's over. And it's like, okay, I got to go. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Especially when it was by a finish.
Yes.
There he's
That you
not waiting
didn't
on a
see?
decision or nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So with that,
shit happens. That's the fight game, man.
so a submission hunter.
Throw
I
one
was
back for
watching
Bruce
you,
Buffer.
and you're seeing all these like submissions and like chokes and all that.
Submission
and
hunter's
I'm wondering,
harder, I think, than
you know, or you recognize those type of submissions, or you?
More often than not, yeah. Well, whenever I see him, yeah.
I mean, he's been around forever now.
Yeah,
to
whenever
know.
we first got started, like there were guillotine, yeah, rear naked choke, yeah,
Right,
I know
right,
those.
right.
You know, like the Darces
Yeah.
and a lot of those. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, what's that? I've picked up on a lot of that stuff. I've gotten better, recognizing them. But I was asking the referees early on, like, hey, what was that? What is that? Now, whenever for example, in the 8-man tournament, there was I can't remember who it was, but. It was flying triangle, and it went into a teep choke. Well, I didn't recognize the
That
teep
was,
choke. It looked like he was going for a triangle, but ended up in a teep choke that Alex Morono,
Enrique.
Yeah, he got it right in the post-fight interview. But like real
Because he
time,
choked Jake Heffernan, Alex's
yeah.
guy.
I asked Jason Solis, I was like, hey, what are we calling that? Because it looked like he was going for a triangle, but it wasn't. It wasn't a closed triangle. So he's
He
like,
kinda had his legs like-
flying arm triangle. Or flying triangle, whatever. Yeah, flying triangle, I think is what he called it. All right, well, that's what I'll call it, but I know it's not what it is.
That was legit.
But yes, man, what a legit choke, man. That teep choke.
That was legit, bro. Imagine
To
doing that shit to
tap a
somebody
guy
on
like
the-
Jake Heffernan, who
on the
Yeah,
Who ain't tapping
he is
for
tap-
shit.
No, he don't tap.
Jesus.
Shit.
you know,
Yeah,
He's
but it's-
shot and he don't get.
You
he
see
don't
those
tap
mistakes happen at the highest level.
Yeah.
You know, there's production mistakes here and there.
Yes.
People make mistakes. Shit
Yep.
happens. The show
I-
goes on.
hey,
yeah,
whatever.
and who knows? Maybe somebody was in Bruce's earpiece and they said, "Oh wow, I can't believe so and so didn't win." It said the guy's name that Bruce ended up saying. Whatever. Who knows? Who cares? But
Could-
yeah, man,
could
shit
be.
happens on a live. That's live TV for you, man.
And it was the return of a legend, Jose Aldo.
Oh man, dude.
Jose or Jose?
Jose. Man. I'm going.
I think it's really Jose.
I'm going Jose because that's what everybody else calls him, and it sounds more legit than.
I want to hear him say how to say his name
Let's bring him on.
because it used to be
hold on.
Jose.
Got
Diego,
his
Diego,
number.
call him up.
When he first started fighting, everybody used to say Jose.
Well, that's because nobody knew who the fuck he was then. But you know how many times he probably corrected people? No, he's Jose Pendejo. So now they call him Jose.
Hey,
How
you know,
would Razor
in
Ramon
the Puerto
say
Rican,
it?
in the Puerto Rican,
Hey yo, chico. Me llamo Jose
See?
Pendejo. Óyame, chico. How was that?
it's fucking
Was it-
pretty
does-
good.
is it too
I
white?
said, fuck.
All right, Diego's fucked up already.
Yeah,
That live oak's
the
kicking
live
in.
oak is kicking.
Feeling good?
It is kicking very well.
Where you headed after this? Mile High or
I'm going to
massage?
sleep. No, I'm going to sleep.
Right there on the couch.
Yeah.
Hey, put your clothes on.
Casting couch.
Hey, tell her to put her clothes on.
Yeah.
Hey, put your clothes on. None of that in here.
Hey, so we got Fury FC 90 coming up this week. Also got UFC Fight Night coming up. Derek Lewis jumping back in the
Lewis.
cage, man.
And Jonathan Martinez didn't come out on the winners in this past weekend, but he will be here at Fury FC this coming weekend. He's got a guy. Dulette is his guy. He'll be here. So if you're at Fury FC this weekend, you know, shout out to Jonathan Martinez. Give him a high
dude.
five.
Hell yeah, old,
know, tell
old
him you're
school
proud of
Fury
him.
FC vet, man.
Yeah, he fought for me back in 2013.
He's one of
Cowboys
those-
Dance Hall, CJ Vergara.
Yeah, dude. God damn, those are some good times, man. I remember
They went
those
to a
days.
draw, I think.
Yeah,
CJ broke his hand in the first round. They went to a draw.
yep.
Anyway, Jonathan's done amazing things in the UFC. He's got his own gym, a big ass gym out in Plainview, Texas now. And he's got a bunch of guys that he's running through Fury. And you'll see him a
I see him all
lot.
the time, yeah.
Yeah, you'll see him a lot at the Fury event. So shout out to Jonathan Martinez.
Old school friend of Fury.
Yo, old school friend.
It seemed like you had some problems matching him back in the day, or people pulling out, or something.
I remember he lost. He was supposed to fight David Acosta at one of the events, and I remember being at the weigh-ins at On the Rocks, and Jonathan came in like 4 pounds heavy or something, and offered to give his whole purse, and Acosta was just like, "Nah, man, I'm mentally checked out."
Oh, come on.
Dude, he's giving
It
you
happens.
his whole purse, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you mean you're mentally checked out?
Bad weight cut, I guess, or something. Who knows, man?
So, like, giving the purse, like, if he wins, or, like,
He was gonna
like,
give him the whole
outright.
purse.
Like, hey, you can have my money. I'll
Win or
fight you
lose.
anyway. Sorry, I didn't make weight. Here's all my money.
I just want to fight.
And he's like, no thanks.
But honestly,
I want to bang.
You see the confidence that he had, that somebody has in that, knowing that, man, I got to get this fight so it takes me to the next level. If I
Yeah.
get seen, I'm close to the UFC, whatever. And he might have not been close to the UFC at that point. I'm sure he still had to have
Yeah.
a few more fights, because back then it wasn't as easy as it is now.
I mean, not that it's easy, but there wasn't as
With a path.
clear. It wasn't as
Right.
clear of a path to the UFC as it is
formula,
now for Fury
the
FC.
formula, yep.
Yeah.
For sure. But speaking of UFC, this coming weekend, Derek Lewis in St. Louis.
Yeah,
headlining
man.
the card.
And you know, Derek Lewis in the main event and Robelis to Spain.
Opening up the main
Boom,
card. I
on the
believe.
main card.
There's a trivia fact about my little streaming career. He was my first guest commentator.
Derek?
Yes.
Robelis?
No.
Robelis was?
He doesn't even speak English. What a
It's,
challenge that was
no.
for you.
It was a Superior Combative Championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
You used to do all their streaming?
Yes.
What happened to those guys?
Any other competing organizations you want to plug on our podcast?
What happened to them?
I don't know, man.
What happened to them?
They got bought out.
By who?
I don't know.
The UFC?
Yeah, man.
UFC?
WEC bought him and merged to the UFC.
But yeah, he was my first commentator.
Shout out to Derek Lewis, man. Still doing his thing.
I'm sure Derek remembers that day
No, he
as
don't
clearly
remember
as
that.
Diego.
Probably down. He probably
Yeah.
don't.
My balls was
He was
hot.
funny.
I
He
remember
was funny.
Diego in my ear.
Funny
My
as hell,
balls was hot.
He
Funny
was
as
just
hell.
as funny. He really opened up his personality, though, when he made it to the UFC. Like,
But he was pretty funny though. You know what I mean?
he's got a hell of an Instagram.
I was like the only
He's
person
okay.
that on the
Yeah,
stream.
everything. He's okay.
Dude falls off a fucking
Yeah,
motorcycle. He's
gets
okay.
hit in the face by a Mack truck. He's okay.
He's
Yeah,
okay.
he's
I'm pretty
okay.
sure he's dead, Derek. Why are you sharing
Yeah.
this?
What happens with Robelis after this?
Dude,
Let's just say he goes
Fast
in there and it's
tracking, man.
another 30 seconds or under a minute. We ain't seen the dude go
You
2
got-
minutes into the first round.
you got to give him a top 15 guy.
Talking about that, we
Heavyweight.
made that reach announcement. You
Yeah.
know, with Fury.
Yeah.
You know? I was-
Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah. And a lot of people share the photo of you
I
measuring
know.
him.
With my big old man boobs
See,
popping out.
Listen, if you had a regular IG, that I'm
Chesticles.
telling you to make, they would have done tagged your ass about 100
know.
times.
Hey,
You have a
hey,
little
they're-
But I don't have the, but I don't have
Chesticles.
a Diego at Fury
Chesticles, Diego.
I'm getting it done,
Okay.
Diego.
Hey,
But I'm not going to give it to you until
don't
I
buy
see
this
it.
shit. It's not like that.
Until I see the IG.
They don't
the
tag
right
you.
one.
I've got one. They don't tag me. ESPN, all these motherfuckers that I'm in their shit. They don't tag.
Yeah,
they don't
got
tag
me
anybody.
doing this. They got me doing this.
Measuring his penis.
I get lots of cool messages from people that I know that
Yeah,
see it. Like,
yeah.
oh, dude, I saw you here. Da-da-da.
Yeah.
Cool. It would have been nice if they'd have tagged her brother, but they don't. So don't listen
That's
to this
fucked up,
bullshit.
right?
Yeah,
They don't tag me
It is
either.
what it is. But hey, I'm
Don't tag
happy.
me in weigh-ins.
I'm happy to remain anonymous. That's fine with me, man.
Hey, listen, I got a private IG
No,
account.
but hey,
I'm married.
I'm all Fury.
Stay
I'm
in
telling you
my
right now.
inbox.
Hashtag Fury Akeem right here.
I got a private IG.
Diego got Fury tatted across his chest.
Do you?
Yeah, right
Hey,
here.
speaking of, I dropped
Rich
off.
has got Fury tatted across his balls.
I was gonna give one of the main event guys a jersey that had Fury fighting on the back and Houston on the front, like an Astros, a gray one.
Yeah.
So it could have been Tedrick Macklin and he got hurt. Then it could have been Alden or Justin and they fell out. So I was at 4 ounce yesterday and I just gave it to Hector Sainz because I know he'll rock that shit solid.
He
It's
will.
clean. We're gonna. So I'm trying to get
I'm a big
fan.
fan.
I'm trying to get the guys who do the Fury booth to make those. You know the gray Astros jersey says Houston on the front.
Yeah. Mhm.
This one says Fury fighting and has a number 1.
That's pretty dope, man. I like the look. I've got one of those. One of the first runs they
Me
did.
too.
The Space City looking
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, with the City Connect, resemblance. Yeah, I was thinking about wearing that to Porky's for the ceremonial weigh-ins this weekend.
Those are badass.
We'll see. It depends on how
Just live
humid it
stream
is.
the weigh-ins.
FuryFC.tv. Get your Fury FC gear.
It's where you get your official Fury merchandise. If
Hey.
you're not out at a live event,
You drink too much of this, you might need to call Danuna.
yeah, Live
No,
Oak vodka.
you got to get a DD first. You
knew
gotta
it.
drive
See,
it
it's
first.
easier
If you
than
don't.
ever. It's easier than ever to not get a DWI. You don't have to. You just Uber. I mean, you don't even have to map it out, make a buddy not drink, just Uber. But if you end up in that spot, if you make that mistake because alcohol can impair your judgment, hit up our boys at DanunaLawFirm.com. Help you out with
Protect-
that. If you, criminal defense as well. Are you accused of doing some bullshit you didn't do, or maybe
the
you
fifth.
did do, but you feel like you can get out of it? I don't know. Shit, hit up DanunaLawFirm.com.
Plead the 5th
713.
and call Danuna.
257.
Plead the 5th.
8889.com.
8889. Danuna Law Firm.
Plead the 5th and call Danuna.
Do you think if you get caught at the massage spa,
You
you
only
can call
plead the
Danuna?
fifth if you're under oath at trial.
Probably not.
You have the
That's
right to remain
criminal, right?
silent.
But you
That's
plead the
criminal.
5th.
What's that?
You
What-
plead the 5th. Don't see nothing.
Like Rich that got caught up last night
Yeah,
at the
but-
massage, can he call Danuna?
Of course he could.
There you go. Rich,
Hey,
if you're listening,
be
Rich from the cell.
Don't wait till the charge drops. Don't wait until you get the subpoena. Hit up Danuna Law Firm proactively. 713-257-8889.
Protect your constitutional right.
713-257-8889.
DanunaLawFirm.com. And you don't have to plead the fifth. You're not under trial.
The dudes
Hey,
that-
you just
No.
you just observe your right to remain silent.
Well, it's pleading the 5th. That's
You have
what
the
it is.
right to no, but if you have to open your mouth to plead the fifth, you have the right to remain silent.
You have the right to shut the fuck up.
Hey, where's your ID?
Is that what you do?
I'm exercising
what
my
you-
right to remain silent.
Put your hands behind your back.
I don't know.
I don't know if that. I don't know if that'll happen.
They tell you have the right to remain silent. Fortunately, I'm a good boy. I've got a clean record. I don't get in that kind of trouble, so I don't know. But,
Hey,
but
what if you do that when they
you
tell
do have the right to remain silent.
Put your hands. You act deaf, mute.
I'm gonna hit up DanunaLawFirm.com and I'm gonna ask them, hey, if I don't say a fucking word, what could happen?
Okay, let me ask you this.
You tell me I'm an imp like Rodney King.
If you get pulled over and the cop comes out and he's like, roll your window down, you're like, you don't want to roll your window down, what happens? Can they make you roll your window down?
You tell them through the window, or you hold up a thing saying, I invoke my Fourth Amendment right
paper.
against illegal search and seizure.
But you're not, you're not getting searched or nothing
No,
like
no,
that.
but
But
why are you
if
pulling
it's
me over?
just a
I'm
regular
scared.
traffic
Okay, no, why-
stop.
Well, can you just have notes? Why are you pulling me over?
No. Yeah. Why am I being pulled over? Am I being detained? Am I accused of a crime? No, then I'm free to go, right?
But if it's
You look
just
like
a regular
somebody
traffic
that's
stop,
wanted.
Now we get into where all right, DanunaLawFirm.com. I look like somebody that's wanted. I'm not him. I didn't do it.
No.
So,
See, but the officer has to
the Fourth
articulate
Amendment, if you
why.
know your rights,
Yes.
if you know your rights, I mean,
You think Danuna?
a lot of people don't know their rights.
Do you think Chris Danuna?
You mind if I look through your car? Oh, sure, why not? And then,
Do you think Chris Danuna is as good as Harvey Specter?
Ooh, man,
Or Mike Ross?
Harvey's my guy, dude. Harvey's my guy. I need to talk to Chris a little more. Seemed like a pretty legit
Hey,
dude. Whenever I met him at
guest-
K-Side
guest
the last
appearance
Fury
here.
FC event,
He's a legit fight fan too, bro.
I
A
need to
guest
see,
appearance
hey,
over here, Fury Unleashed. Let's do it.
does he have an unlicensed lawyer in his law firm winning cases and shit like Mike Ross? So, we need to check his bio, check
Maybe
his
he could hire me
storyline.
to do that.
Dude, yeah, you always wanted to be a
I
lawyer.
always wanted to be a lawyer.
Dude, maybe you
I
could
know.
be,
I-
you could
go
be
to
Chris
school- no,
Danuna's Mike
you went to
Ross.
school for finance,
For
didn't you?
finance, but the plan
See?
was to get my finance degree and then go to law school.
See, I remember. See,
Yeah.
what's
So,
up, man?
now
So-
I'm pressing my son to do that. Do what I wanted to do, son. I don't care what you want to do.
Yeah, right.
Do what I wanted to do.
Be a lawyer.
He actually wants to though.
Yeah, no. We've talked about that too, man. I think he'd be a great one.
So I'm gonna try and hook him up
And
with
to
Chris.
have that motivation at his age is
He's
awesome.
such- dude. He's a smart ass kid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and get him to be able to go into the office with Danuna and
Maybe he could represent some salty
Intern-
fighters.
Internship.
yeah, something like that.
Maybe EJ could represent some salty fighters.
Dude, what's
speaking,
up with that?
Speaking of salty fighters,
What's up with that shit,
Diego,
bro?
did you see Hayden Breyer's Instagram post?
No. So,
So
I didn't see it. I didn't see it either. Somebody sent it to me.
yeah,
What did he
same,
say?
same.
And I was just like, dude, what the fuck is
so
this?
Hayden Breyer's former amateur bantamweight champ, right?
Yeah,
Former-
it was our
125, 135.
125 and 135.
he went pro. Or what?
it.
I did.
I hope he has hopes to go pro one
was,
day.
was he born with CTE or like? what?
What did he say? What did he say?
Eric has given him like some great opportunities.
A platform.
And,
A platform.
Yeah. He's built him up. He's tried to get him to turn pro. Like
I guess. These
Oh, let me
guys-
read it
These guys
first.
think they can get the opportunity anywhere, and they don't need me.
So he made a post on Instagram and
It is
he
what it
says
is.
he's looking for sponsorships, upcoming fight, blah blah, yada yada, and not that UFC Fight Pass shit. Your company will actually get over 100,000 views from everyday people around the world, not 200 diehard fight fans. Goddamn, pal! Direct shot fired at Fury FC. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. What the fuck? Who gave him this advice?
Well, first off,
You have the numbers and we talk about them.
Right.
There's way more than 200 diehard fans. We have way more than just 200 diehard fans, number one, first and foremost. But number two, we're seen in close to 100 countries around the world. You see the numbers as they stream. We go head to head against other organizations and
the
compete.
thing with Hayden is he's not a pro fighter. So number one,
Yeah.
the amateur fights are not going to be on UFC Fight Pass. But I mean, for his future, he could potentially be seen by people in over 200 countries if he makes it to a Fury FC main card. Now, if he feels that there's another organization that can do that for him, then hey, man, good luck.
And there certainly is. But
Yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
Right here in your hometown, you've built roots here. You've fought here.
I'll be honest, man. There's a lot of guys out there that leave us and go to other organizations to get more wins, easier fights, whatever. I know he thinks he might be getting tougher fights over there by somebody that has an undefeated record from a different city or something. But who the fuck has that guy fought?
Have you tried to give him tough fights?
I have.
Has he said, "Sure, I'll take on anybody"?
I mean,
You don't have to answer that. I
he
got
hasn't
to
liked a couple other fights because he thought that the guys' records were too small or whatever. But I mean, let's be honest. Let me be honest. Like I've got Adam Auda who's fighting Dylan. Who Dylan beat Hayden. Whether Hayden believes it was a win or a loss or whatever, Dylan still beat him and he still holds that belt. I would have liked to see
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and he did.
I would have liked to see Adam and Hayden fight.
That'd be a great fight.
Adam's a hell of a fucking wrestler.
Yeah.
And he'll fight whoever, and he wanted that fight. And Hayden didn't think that he had enough fights. I mean, he's 3-0 or 4-0, and he didn't think that he had enough fights. So I was okay. I respect whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're an amateur fighter. If you don't want to just fight whoever, and you think that there's another
Right.
organization, go ahead. There's no ties here. Go
You
for
can
it.
do that if you want to go fight somewhere else and get those looks, dude. Hey, that's your right. Nobody's trying to
Right.
hold you hostage as an amateur, dude. Go get the experience. Go wherever. But there's a smart way to do it, and there's like not the smartest way to do it. And this wasn't the brightest idea, like to torch your hometown promotion. This tried to help grow you from the ground up.
Especially to go fight for a promotion that's already closed its doors once and had to reopen.
I mean,
but whatever. It is what it is, man. Good luck to him. I hope he goes out there and becomes a 15-fight Emmy, and if he wants to come back to Fury, we'll see what we got for him once he turns pro. And if he doesn't, then hey, maybe there's another
Golly,
option for him.
I hope we can make it without him.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
I've been trying to force Michael Aswell out the door to the UFC or something bigger for years, knowing that there may never ever be somebody like him that brings the type of crowd that he brings.
Yeah.
Ever in any city.
Right.
Maybe there will be.
Right.
I mean, people have fans, but Michael Aswell has done crazy fucking numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest numbers
For
that
Fury,
I've ever
for Fury.
For Fury. The biggest numbers that I've ever
he's never
seen.
fought anywhere else, of course, for Fury.
He's been here his whole career. But in 14 years of promoting, there's never been another person. Even Sage Northcutt was supposed to be this huge seller, and when Sage fought, he didn't do the numbers.
Hey, man, I was there when Sage fought for us back in the day, and it was a big event for us at that time.
Right.
And I've seen every one of Aswell's fights, and no disrespect to Sage or his team or anything, but none of they didn't pack the house like Aswell's people did.
And that's just a plus. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying, guys, the only way you're going to get fights is if you do what Aswell does, because obviously we're keeping guys from out of state busy, and I'm not expecting them to do anything.
Right, exactly.
And we still got some guys that do hella numbers. Hector Sainz does crazy numbers.
But
Justice Torres does crazy numbers.
Your point is
Smotherman.
you're trying to push your
Right.
fighters to the next level.
Right.
You're not trying to.
Well, my point is coming off of your comment that, hey, if we lose a fighter or whatever, it's not going to make or break the show, ever.
No, I just hope we can make it without Hayden Briers. It's gonna be a tough one.
Shout out to Hayden, man. He's gonna go do his thing.
He's young. He's we've
he'll
all
become
been
a
there.
solid pro.
We've all said things when we were younger.
Like I said, I didn't even see that.
Comments in the moment.
I had somebody screenshot it because people love to talk shit and have drama in their lives. So
Yes, they do.
They wanted to make sure that I saw it.
Where that came from, though? But where that came from, though?
Who knows? It sounds like he's getting some bad advice from somebody somewhere. I don't know.
I think that he doesn't like the fact that Dylan Aguilar still holds the belt when he feels like it probably should have been his belt. But
Take
Man.
it, though. Take it.
you know what? I mean, if he wants to come back, I've got some dudes that are coming up, man. Sebastian Oyervides
All right,
will fight at 35.
Man, I am excited about it.
a
If
stud.
guys go undefeated as an amateur and win all the belts as an amateur, that's all well and good. It's all great. When you
Gage
go pro,
Harper, too.
Exactly. Gage Harper's another great
another
example,
stud, bro.
Yes, man, and he's a guy that's fought for us quite a bit, and he's gone off and fought other places.
fine.
Yeah, it's we have no issue with that at all. But my point, I guess, is whenever you make your pro debut, you all start at 0-0, and nobody, the greater audience. No,
Don't care.
like the bigger market.
Don't care.
Nobody really cares what you did as an amateur. Oh, god damn, this guy was undefeated as an amateur and won all the belts. Oh, wow. I mean,
And I don't
it
give a
sounds
shit
good. It's great
what
marketing stuff.
Anybody says, when you turn pro, there's gonna come a point in your career that you want to fight here. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So somebody will pull that shit out and be like, hey, remember when this guy said that? Why are you booking him? And I'm either gonna say, damn, I do remember that, or man, I don't give a fuck. Depends on how I feel that day.
Yeah,
Depends on how I feel
I
that
know
day.
you well, and I know that you're going to do what's best for business and what's best for everybody involved. And
100%.
You don't
If
hold grudges.
if
You're not
you
that
got
kind of guy.
talent,
But
yeah, if you're a talented guy, you probably end up on the.
but
roster.
it's okay for us to call bullshit too.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of Derek Lewis, though,
Yeah, man. Fury 91 going down in Rosenberg, June
Yes.
9th, and Derek Lewis is going to be in the house.
Derek Lewis is gonna be
You know,
in the house.
along
Speaking-
with Netflix.
Yeah, so Netflix is. I got a call from Derek Lewis's manager a couple weeks ago, and Bob Perez had already been kind of putting this in my head, saying, "Hey, man, Netflix is doing a documentary on Derek Lewis's life, and they want to somehow get you involved and have you talk or say something on the documentary, just because you're the Houston promotion now, and this is where Derek lives, and if we can get Derek at one of the events." So people can see kind of the type of promotion that he came up in when Mick was here. He was fighting for Mick, obviously. Mick's gone, moved on to UFC. This is the perfect event because
God damn, I'd rather have him at Escapade.
Well, Derek's got a couple teammates on the card. Quite a few.
Yeah.
Becca Irwin, making her pro debut in MMA. Apparently, the girl's a stud kickboxer. Derek loves her. I know Mick's going to be there. Mick already expressed interest in coming to watch Becca. He asked me when Becca fights. Valerie Soto's on the card. Who else is on this card? Yadier is the co-main event on this card. All of those are Main Street.
Del Valle.
All of those are Main Street.
Problem.
Those are all Main Street guys.
Yeah.
So that's where Derek trains, and he sees them on the regular. So he'll be there cage side. We pulled 8 seats for him and friends, family, whatever, and then we made room for a Netflix crew that's going to be coming in there. And if you're fighting on this card,
Badass,
you're going to have some extra coverage.
June 9th.
You might see yourself on a Netflix documentary.
That goes down a month from today when we're recording. June 9th, Fury FC 91 in Rosenberg at the Epicenter.
At the brand new Epicenter.
Beautiful
Fort
new
Bend.
venue in Fort Bend County. AEW recorded one of their TV shows out there.
I heard they packed the place.
Yeah.
I heard they packed that place.
I don't know what the capacity is, but
it holds 8,000.
I was going to say AEW usually draws around 5,000 to 6,000 for a show.
5,200.
So yeah, man, that would look great there. And man, we need all of y'all to come out, come hang with us. Fury FC 91. You can get your tickets. FuryFC.tv/tickets.
This is one of those cards that you talked about us building these huge cards.
Yeah.
This card has 21 fights on it right now.
As of today, 21 fights.
21 fights for
That's,
June 9th, as of today.
Hey, do anyone want to
that's
fight
42
this weekend?
videos.
do maybe 5 of those want to fight this weekend
63 videos.
at Escapade this Sunday?
Paris Moran headlines the card, defending his flyweight title against Freddie Rodriguez.
Boom. Paris Moran, Freddie Rodriguez for the flyweight title. I'm looking forward to that.
And
man.
it kind of just shows how things fall into place. So Freddie Rodriguez beat Eddie Freyre in San Antonio back in March
Yeah.
24th. And when he left the cage, he's like, bro, what's it going to take for me to get a title shot?
Pretty decisive win over a solid
I said, man,
flyweight
honestly,
contender.
you probably need a couple more. I told him, and then we'll talk about a title shot. Well, we needed a headliner for this card, and me and Rich kind of sat down and talked, and he's 6-1. Paris is 10-2. Kind of made sense.
Pretty close, man. He's right there on the cusp of the title picture that you guys like. You like guys to be around 8 to 10 fights. He's right there, 6-1.
This is Paris Moran's kind of hometown.
Yeah.
He says he's about 15 minutes from this venue versus an hour from
Escapade. Yeah.
So it made sense for Paris to headline, and who else to let him headline against versus somebody that said they wanted that fight.
Yeah, man.
So if we can see Paris get a finish, I know it's been tough for him. He's had some tough opponents his last few fights. He's got to get a finish to catch Mick's eye.
I think that's the only thing holding him back from getting a call up is
he's got the record.
He just needs some more finishes.
Yeah, he's got to get a good finish. And
Dude, if you're Freddie Rodriguez and you pull this off, oh my
could work
God.
the same way
Talk
for
about,
him, man.
Earlier we were talking about catapulting yourself to the next level
so this
whenever these
card
opportunities present
this card
themselves.
being June 9th could still leave some room for one of these guys to get a Contender Series spot.
Boom.
Yeah, so we got another guy, Austin O'Connor, who is a stud wrestler from North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. I saw we signed him recently.
Yeah.
I saw, Walker, our buddy at UFC Fight Pass, he's big on the wrestling. So I saw some of the posts that they shared, on their Fight Pass socials about him. So, yeah, dude. And then I saw that you signed him apparently shortly after that, or it's probably already in the works. But, dude, what a grab, what a get, man.
This is Daniel Cormier's guy.
Yeah.
So Cormier is very high on him. He's the one who called me. Daniel Cormier, he had called me about Jacoby Smith, Nick Piccinini. Mm-hmm. Now I got Austin O'Connor. And apparently DC and Austin already did interviews with UFC.com, and they should be posting here pretty soon. And I hear DC said a lot of great things about Fury.
Well, that's cool, man.
So
maybe
I'm very grateful for the relationship I have with DC.
Yeah,
and
man.
The phone calls and the talks. And
It's
him sending us
invaluable.
guys, man.
A guy like him cultivating talent and sending them here, dude. A relationship like that is invaluable.
What about getting them on Fury on
I was about to say, hey, I don't want
That dude-
You
By
want
phone,
to
by
invite him to
phone.
Rosenberg?
That dude is probably one of the busiest guys
Yeah.
ever. Between UFC, commentating, traveling, running his own gym, doing these
Coaching
wrestling
wrestling.
commentating
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Hey,
he's...
We could do a phone.
Well, when I talked to him, he had told me that he was going to be there for Austin's debut. So if DC shows up, Maybe we'll just do something fun and have him face off with Derek Lewis since they already fought. I mean,
man.
how cool would that be if DC shows up at the
we
event?
have you holding a box of Popeye's chicken between
There
them.
you go.
That'd be awesome. That'd be hilarious.
So I mean, that would be super cool if DC's there. I know Diego Lopez is coming to that show because he's got a guy on the card too. So.
Yeah, Diego Lopez, UFC fan favorite and friend of Fury FC as well. He was
this-
out at the last event that we
Yeah,
had.
this event's going to be a great event. You know, it's going to have a bunch of UFC stars. Cards loaded, 21 fights. Fort Bend Epicenter, brought to you by Danuna Law Firm, Live Oak Vodka.
OnlyFans. Don't forget OnlyFans.
Space City Collective.
Space City
Copy
Collective is
kicks.
always, yeah, dude. Go. Your feet need help.
Got these in
Go
the
to Space
got
City
these in the
Collective.
plastic wrapper. Still good. Lick that, Diego.
Yeah. Look the bottom of the shoe. Have they been Scotch guarded yet?
Oh man.
Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. On that note, hey guys, I think the time for talk.
One more.
What?
One more thing.
One more.
thing.
Eric Garcia calling audibles here.
So we're about mid-year through almost, right?
Are you Gronkowski right now? Calling audibles? You're gonna smash a shot glass on the ground or what?
We're almost in June. We're in May.
Yeah.
Is there any fights so far this year in the UFC or Fury that stand out to y'all?
Oh, I mean, goddamn, there's a lot. You sound like a fight.
Like
of
a
the-
moment of let's
fight of the
say
year.
a moment of the year.
A moment of the year. You want me to go first? Or y'all want to go first?
ahead.
I'm gonna pick one, and y'all are gonna have a hard time topping it.
And you can't pick whatever one of us picks.
Ooh,
Max
that's tough.
Holloway, Justin Gaethje, BMF title. I mean,
damn, that's
biggest
tough.
moment of the year.
That's tough.
UFC,
That's tough.
MMA, spanning the globe. It's gonna be hard to top that.
That is.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
that
the
is a
biggest
good
moment of the year.
That's a
Yes,
good one.
yes.
That's a good one. Go ahead, Diego. Moment of the year. You
Moment
ain't seen
of
a
the year.
good Fury fight that pops first fight that pops into your head in Fury? You sit in the truck, the TV truck, and handle production. You should know.
When the doctor stopped the Altum Aswell fight,
Made him do squats.
the
Was
squats.
that in 2024?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like January, I think.
Yeah.
That was definitely not the moment of the year. It was the robbery of the year.
What do you think?
Thanks, Doc.
I got two.
Put me on the spot.
Diego,
Hall of
I know
Fame.
it's hard. No, hey,
Hall of Fame?
I know it's hard.
Did we do the Hall of Fame in January?
January.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame ceremony.
Okay.
That's a good,
That was a surprise. That was a
that's a
surprise.
good moment for the moment of the year. I'm gonna say Aswell, KO, and Nate.
Okay.
That was a big fight.
For Fury,
That was a big fight for Michael Aswell. That was a coming
hard
out
to
party
pick
for Michael
a
Aswell.
bigger moment of the year to date.
And for
than
a title.
Aswell knocking out
And
Richardson.
something that was supposed to be a 5-round war that ended up a first round.
And
Aswell
I
knocked
was
him out in the
expecting it
first
to be
round.
5 rounds of just
Yeah.
non-stop action.
And I'll be honest, if I would have expected a finish in the first round, I thought it would have been Nate that got the finish.
Yeah, because Aswell's
being-
one of those grinders that grinds it out over,
The cardio,
3,
and-
4, 5 rounds. Yes, and he doesn't slow down. He's got that next gear, that next level. So yeah, if you were going to pick somebody that was going to finish it early, I would have thought just like you, man.
would've
Nate
thought.
Richardson's going to get the finish early, but it didn't go that way. Aswell with the TKO first round.
Diego has no moment of the
I felt
year.
like that could have been called a knockout, but he didn't jump in to stop it right away.
He got
Aswell had to go in and do the ground and pound.
He got the win.
Yeah.
He got Sean Shelby's attention. We'll see him
What
in the
about-
Contender Series.
DeSantis movement. Was there any part of that in 2024?
The what?
DeSantis.
The DeSantis
TJ?
movement. TJ or buddy TJ?
Rebellis.
The Spain.
This thing, yeah.
Robellus DeSantis.
You mean our salty margarita, buddy?
Yeah, man. He knocked out about maybe half a
TJ.
margarita. Yeah.
TJ, come see us, man. So we can buy your
Yeah,
margarita.
dude, it's been a minute. We need to get TJ back down here. I saw we're looking for commentators on the amateur
on the
side and the
amateur
Fury
side.
Challenger Series side. I know that.
Are you guys getting a lot of
the main
response on that?
broadcast,
Or
but-
what?
We got a shitload.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got a shitload.
Like
Honestly,
DMs?
I'd
or-
be interested in having a female commentator though. Full
That,
time.
that would be cool. I'm down for that too, dude.
Did you get like a lot of emails or a lot of like
Both.
I can think
videos?
of
Rich
like
got a shitload, and he tried to send me someone. I was like, dude, I can't watch this shit. Bro.
I can help with that, but I can think of like 2 to 3 names
You're
right off the
rich,
top of
man.
my head.
Lauren
That,
Murphy hit me up.
boom, she'd be another great one, man.
Great.
Add her to the
She'll
list.
be great. When
Lauren
I saw
Murphy,
that
yeah.
comment, I was like, oh, it should be fucking awesome.
She was in my
I feel
DMs
like-
immediately.
I feel like-
Madison Gwynn.
We've been there. That's another name that I came top of mind. Madison Gwynn is one. She commentates some sumo stuff. I see. So she's getting some experience. She's getting the reps. She might need a little seasoning, but this is a great opportunity for her. Us, it could work, especially if you're looking for a female commentator. But dude, I feel like we made the joke for years, man. You and I could do like the alternate commentary.
This like Snoop Dogg version.
Live Oak.
Yeah.
We'll pound some Live Oak and some Howlerhead and go to commentary. At least maybe just the Ammies.
Yeah.
The Ammy shows and
We've always
Challenger Series. We can let whoever.
get somebody in there whooping his ass. What you say about my mama?
But hey, shout out to the Texas Zombie, Cody Owens.
Yes.
I'm super heartbroken to find out. He's going to focus on more personal things. He's going to
no.
step away from the broadcast booth. Yeah, dude, I
They're
felt like.
starting an MMA program over at the new Taurus.
Yeah. His docket is filling up, and it's going to be hard for him to commit to the schedule, which is totally understandable, completely relatable. But man, I feel like, and I told him after Submission Hunter, he was finding his groove. He was like, you can tell whenever somebody's getting started off, you can see the nerves. You can tell he was getting more comfortable behind the camera, behind the microphone. His intro was getting smoother, getting better. So I'm kind of saddened a little bit to see him go. It's like, oh, but you're just about to take off. The training wheels are off. You're just about to ride. But bigger and better things for Cody Owens. All the best to him.
100%.
But I'm looking forward to seeing who we come up with
We'll figure it
to
out.
work alongside us on the amateur side of things and the Challenger Series broadcast
And
Submission Hunter.
And our Challenger Series have been kind of slim because we've been popping out a Fight Pass card every month. They've just been so stacked. But we should be back
Yeah.
in Galveston, I think, in August with Challenger.
For Challenger Series?
Yeah.
My neck of the woods.
We'll see if Hayden Bryars wants to come back and
Yeah, see if Hayden Bryars wants to fight in his hometown.
get it.
He was upset
I'd
about.
like to see Josh Altum come back, man.
Oh, me too, dude.
I really
hey,
would. That kid's
speaking
got
of
so much fucking talent.
speaking of Instagram posts, did you see his? He posted his leg the other day, like it's all bruised down the side.
That
and
was an
shit.
old photo.
He said he couldn't feel his foot then. He still can't feel his foot to this day.
That was the Macario, right?
Like, man, yeah, the Macario fight. It's like, dude, I don't know if you should share that, man. The commission might see this and go poke your feet with needles or something, just make you do more squats. I don't know.
Now, the time for talk is over.
Yeah, Eric's jumping into his phone. I see Diego checking the notification he got from the massage parlor over here. Dude, go get Rich out of jail. Goddamn. Hey, guys, the time for talk is over. This has been Fury Unleashed.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash.